The next site that will be discussed is the Cenacle. The Cenacle is located on the upper floor of a two-story building south of the Zion Gate in Jerusalem's Old City. This significant room on Mount Zion is associated with two major events in early Christianity: the Last Supper and Pentecost.
The Last Supper was the meal that Jesus shared with his apostles the night before his crucifixion, during which he instituted the sacrament of the Eucharist. Pentecost commemorates the descent of the Holy Spirit upon the apostles, after which they began spreading the message of Jesus. This event is considered the birthday of the Christian Church by several Christian denominations.
The Cenacle's identification as the upper room mentioned in the Gospels of Mark and Luke is not universally accepted. However, archaeological research suggests that it was on top of a church synagogue constructed by the first century Jewish Christian community of Jerusalem. Another contender for the upper room is the monastery of St. Mark the Evangelist and the Virgin Mary, which is a Syriac Orthodox monastery in the Armenian quarter of the Old City of Jerusalem. Above the cenacle is the minaret of a Muslim mosque, and immediately below it is the Jewish shrine revered as the tomb of King David. Although religious authorities, archaeologists, and historians generally do not believe the site to be the actual resting place of King David.
The present Gothic arched cenacle is a restoration of a 12th century Crusader chapel, part of the Church of Our Lady of Mount Zion. In 1335, the Franciscans acquired the site through the efforts of King Robert and Queen Sancia of Naples. In the 16th century, after the Turks captured Jerusalem, the room was converted into a mosque in memory of the prophet David. Its mihrab, a niche indicating the direction of Mecca, and stained glass windows with Arabic inscriptions remain to this day.
One of the sanctified sites for Jews on Mount Zion is the tomb of King David, the celebrated Old Testament warrior king of Israel, traditionally credited with composing many of the Psalms.
Despite the Old Testament indicating David was buried elsewhere, this site, directly beneath the cenacle where Christians commemorate the Last Supper, remains a pilgrimage destination for Jews, Muslims, and Christians.
David's death is recorded in the Book of Kings as being buried in the city of David. Excavations since have failed to identify his tomb. Another tradition places his burial in Bethlehem, though no tomb has been found there either.
The present tomb of David, built by Christian crusaders, features a large stone cenotaph. 3 of the room's 4 walls are older, likely from a first-century synagogue church known as the Church of the Apostles or Church of Zion. This presumed Jewish Christian congregation was considered distinct from the main Gentile congregation, which had its home at the Church of the Holy Sepulchre.
Visiting the Tomb of David is a meaningful experience, and like other religious sites, such as the Western Wall, it's essential to approach it with respect for the local customs. Modest attire is required, with head coverings being expected. In particular, men can find complimentary kippahs at the entrance. The site's entrance hall doubles as a synagogue, and it's traditionally believed to be the place where Christ washed the feet of his disciples. The room containing the cenotaph is divided by gender, with a niche behind it where visitors often leave prayers, sometimes with the help of a chair to reach the space. Depending on the time of your visit, the atmosphere can range from serene and peaceful to bustling and lively.